Well, we thought the senior market lamb class was a really nice class. Very excited about how that one came together. We thought all four of the sheep are good quality kind of sheep that have some neat pieces, and still you got a pair of them that I thought were really elite in that top pair. Both of them tremendous pieces, a little bit different in their kind. We had a lot of discussion on the committee on, you know, a guy would like one and other folks like the other. So I'll just talk about both those sheep and we'll tell you how we placed them. To me, the four sheep, when you first walk up to the stanchion and look from the side, that one is the elite from the profile. Neck comes right off the top side of his blade. He's tremendous in his body shape. That one, proportionality, his underline, his feature, his freshness when you get your hands on him, tremendous. And then when you set those sheep into motion, I think he's the soundest structured. He's very confident in his head carriage. Just a really good kind of sheep that's tremendously high quality. Now, if we want to modify that guy a little bit, he's not as burly in terms of his feature at the ground. Could be a little bigger in his forearm. Maybe give him a little more shape down through the base of his leg relative to some of the other sheep in the class, but relative to the real world, plenty stout enough. The other option there in the top pair is tremendously powerful. When you step behind the stanchion, if that's the first look you got, you probably like one. That sheep is huge-legged. He's tremendous in his pin width. He's got a lot of shape from behind, very dense muscle texture when you read that sheep from behind. And still from the side, he runs uphill. He's tall-fronted. His feature matches his stoutness. Really, really good sheep as well. Now, if we want to be just a little bit critical on that guy in a few areas, maybe he gets just a little more forward in the angle of his shoulder. He wants to flatten up to the base of his rib cage just a shade and gets a little tighter in his hind leg when we set him in motion. Very subtle criticism. We think that's an awesome sheep. A tremendous margin of difference in terms of power, and that's why some of the folks on the committee preferred to start 1/4. We thought it was a close pair. It's tremendously close, had a lot of variation in who liked which one, so it's going to go 1/4 in the top pair. Pretty fair cut there in the middle pair. The sheep we're going to slide into third will be the two sheep. We thought that sheep had some good pieces. He's trim, he's high cut ability, a very good carcass sheep. He's firm handling, he's expressive behind the backside of his blade. From the side, he's extended, he's level out of his hip. Got some good things in that regard as well. I like the sweep to his rear rib and flank. Now, if I would change that guy, when I set him in motion, I don't like him quite as well. He's a little longer blade, a little straighter through the front portion of his skeleton, elevates in his spine, has a little extra set to his hind leg. He's a little more hollow in terms of his body, probably not as fresh over his loin edge as some of the other options, but still a nice carcass kind of sheep to go in third. We're going to roll two into fourth. We thought that sheep had some good. He's stout boned, he's big pinned, he's shapely from behind, not a throwaway by any means, but when we start breaking him down compared to the other sheep in the lineup, we thought he had the most flaws. From the side, he's not quite as extended ahead of his blade. He's a little rounder at the base of his shoulder, a little shorter in his hip, and has a little more turn to the top side of his hip, and extra set to his hind leg in motion. I like to open him up in terms of his body and freshen him up over his rack and square him in his loin. But still, big bone, big ended kind of sheep. You can't throw him away because he's got good pieces and last. So really nice set of senior market lambs. We ended up placing them 1, 4, 2, 3. Thank you.